Hey y'all, welcome back. So in my last video, I was telling you about these Creative Mojo cards from Dragona at Sasebo. You can get these in her Etsy shop. What she did was made a deck of cards that if you're having a creative block, you just pick one from the deck and decide what you're going to make from whatever it says on the back. So all the cards are different. Here's an example of another one. But this is what it says today to do on this one. She designed these herself and then made the prompts to go with the little quote at the top. So what it says is, have no fear of perfection. You'll never reach it. Salvador Dali. Challenge yourself to make something imperfectly perfect. If you are leaning towards perfectionism, it might not be as easy as it sounds. In doing this, you might open the door to new ideas and new ways of understanding beauty. Some ideas: torn paper edges, uneven pages, colors that you don't particularly like together, unbalanced page designs, upside down images, and those are just to name a few. So I'm going to put this one off to this side. That way, when I need to pick from the deck again, I'm not going to end up picking the same one. And so I have a little bit going on here. This here is a little snippet. It was a leftover piece of the cover that I made in my last video. And that's how I clean. I just start taking stuff and making things with it. So whenever I'm ready to make something else, I have a few things to pick from. I also follow Dear Julie, and she does a monthly challenge every month, and November's almost over, and I haven't even started yet. So aside from the cover, this is the first thing that we did, and so I'm going to put that aside. These here are from Dear Julie Digitals. You can find these in our Etsy shop. I want to say it's two different digital kits. One is golden backgrounds, and I think golden doilies, I think, is the other one. I'm not exactly sure, but we're gonna use these for our journaling cards. And let me see where that is. Okay, here's one of them. You see, that's actually imperfect. And here's where it came from. You see that it's not straight right there. The ruler slipped while I was cutting, and so because we're not going to be perfect, I'm not going to fix that. So those are from Dear Julie, and these are from the Digital Collage Club. We're going to turn these into pockets, and since I have this here, I'm just going to go ahead and notch these already. Just a little bit in there, so I don't cut off those words, but enough that you know that it's a pocket. And y'all know I like to ink. So for this, we're going to be using Vintage Photo Distress ink. I also have oxides. So I don't know why this one here is just ink, because I don't remember buying it, but you know how that goes with Amazon. Click, click, click. Here they come. I was sitting out on the porch one day with my dogs out front, and an Amazon van drove by, and I was like, hey, where are you going? I have stuff that I'm waiting for. And that was probably 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that same van was back at my house at like 7:30 that night, which I thought was funny, because I asked them, didn't you drive by here at like 2:30, 3 o'clock this afternoon? And they're like, well, I sure did. I was like, I was wondering why you weren't stopping. But I am the last house on the block. I live out in the country in farmland. I don't have a farm, but I am surrounded by farm on everywhere I go. Okay, so these are going to be our pockets. And these here are just going to be journaling spots in the inside pocket. And so I'm going to put those aside. These are from the Digital Collage Club. I printed several of them out. These are from Butterflies Galore or something, Digital Collage Club. I don't know. They have 2 different butterfly kits. This one was also with some of them that I printed out, but I think that with a few other things, I'm going to make, oh, that looks nice too. I think some of these are going to go on the cover with something else that I've already prepared while I was cleaning my office. So I'm going to set those aside. I'm not sure if we're going to use them. So this photo here is a photo that I took while I was out of town. I don't know where I was. I guess it was a weekend with the girls or something like that. Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. That's not too far from where I live. But I chose this because every single color that's in here, except for the green, is in this photo. And so I'm going to put this aside. I have not finished that yet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pocket out of this. And how I'm going to do that is first I'm going to fold it in half. And where's my bone folder? All right. This is not the one that I prefer, but... Oh, here it is. Okay. I like this one better because this one here has a rough edge on it, and it sometimes tears my paper. Okay. And so I am going to take my ruler, and I'm going to cut this edge off. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it this way and cut this edge off. You know, normally I would be using my paper cutter for this. However, I just changed the blade in it, and for some reason it's acting as if it's an old blade, and it's tearing all of my papers. And you know, I know this is supposed to be imperfectly perfect, but it's tearing my pages to the point where I don't even want to use them. They're that bad. Okay, so this is how we're going to make this into a pocket. So we're going to line that up. Oh, actually, we're going to unfold it so we don't cut it in half. Okay, and so we're going to try and get it about in the middle here. So this is about the middle. And what I'm going to do is take my craft knife, or this is actually a box cutter, because we use what we have, right? And I'm just going to cut that one side there. Always make sure you close whatever craft knife you happen to be using. Okay, and so the reason I did it this way is because I want to be able to use this part up here to still be able to journal, but this part here we're going to make into a pocket. And so I'm going to go ahead and put a little notch there, eyeball that center, and I'm going to put glue just on these edges here. Oh. Waste management is here. If you heard that big thump out there, we own a plumbing company, so we have a dumpster on our property. Well, plumbing company and a handyman service. And so it's just cheaper to have a dumpster on our property instead of having to pay the prices at the dump, you know, the dump fee, because it went up per pound. Okay. All right, we're going to let that dry a minute. But, so I'm using Fabrifix glue, and what I like about it is it's silicone-based, not water-based, so it's not going to warp your paper. But also, it grabs quickly, but it does not adhere like in seconds, right? So it gives you a minute or not a minute or two, but, you know, it gives you a good 30 seconds to a minute to move your paper where you want it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this one down here. Yeah, I can't believe November is almost over and I haven't even started this journal yet. But I do more than just journaling. I just finished a t-shirt quilt and some pillows made out of t-shirts also to go with it. And I finished that yesterday, and I have an order for 2 wreaths for a church that I'm going to be doing next. And then after that, I have 35 gifts to make for a friend of mine, client that I had last year. And I can't wait to make those. And I know that has absolutely nothing to do with journaling, so I'm not going to, show you how I do that. But when it's done, if it comes out looking like it does in my head, it's going to be super cool. And I'm really excited to get working on that. I'm waiting for one more thing to come in the mail. And this here is just a sand eraser. I think I got it on Amazon. So if you're not quick enough getting that glue up, that's what this is for. Use it very lightly because otherwise you will tear your paper. But this at least gets rid of the shine. Okay, put that aside. All right, flip it over. And I think I like that one on the bottom. Yeah. Okay. I really should have a little wet towel. I have baby wipes around here somewhere, but I was using that on a different project the other day, and it's a brand new baby wipe pack, so it saturated my paper, so I had to hide my little water tear, and so it didn't come out how I wanted it to. I don't even remember what I was doing. Okay, so I'm gonna put that one right there. That's not center. Oh, that's not supposed to be perfect, right? Okay. One thing I'm bad about is waiting for things to dry before I start putting stuff in the pockets. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's probably dry already. I was gonna put one of these. Yeah, it's probably too late now. Yeah. Well, we'll figure out something to do with that. Maybe I'll just take all of them and put them on my cover. But that's for a different video. Okay. So these here I'm just going to use as journaling cards. And that is going to go in here. And then, oh, got some glue right there. And then these, I'm just going to stick these in the pockets. Okay, so this is a pocket within a pocket within a pocket. All right, so now we have 5 pockets and some journaling spots. Okay, and because it's going to be a traveling journal, this is where this stuff comes in. So my narrow navy, I am going to see where that's too big. Okay, let's see. It'll fold. Okay, we're going to cut it off right there. And just so it's understood that that is to open, we're going to glue that there. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and attach this. It says Attitude of Gratitude. I got that somewhere off of Etsy. But I am just going to attach that. Try not to poke myself. Oh, I probably should have attached it earlier. Okay. Okay, so that's going to hang like that. And then we're just going to take the Fabrifix and put it on here. You could also staple this too if you wanted to. Or if you have a sewing machine, you could go ahead and sew that on there. And then just put that on there afterwards. Okay. And then this way you can take that off if you want to. And so this here, I just added some embroidery floss and colors that match the cover. Oop, we're coming off here. That's not good. Yeah, I'll probably end up having, that's kind of heavy with that charm on there. So what I'll probably end up doing is once it dries, sewing it on there. I'm probably going to have to take that off because that is kind of heavy. I didn't think about that. But this is how we're going to clip it in to a page. Let me see what I got here. What is this? Oh, I had to fix my printer. So we'll just pretend that this is part of a signature. And if you wanted to clip it in, a movable, a traveling, that's what it's called, a traveling pocket. And so you're just going to clip it in there like that. And then that way you can keep ephemera in here in all of these pockets. Give yourself some journaling space in case you want to take some notes. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's write that on there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, dropped on my papers. Okay, so I'm going to use this jet black archival ink. And I am just going to... Jack is my dog. He gets into everything. Okay, so I'm just going to put the word notes up at the top here. Or let's see. Is that where I want it? No, you know what? I'm going to put it right here. And what I don't really like about this particular, I don't know if it needs a little pick me up on here or what. But this archival ink, I probably need a new one because it's not very dark. But this one here, I was doing something the other day and I just used my black soot and not my archival ink. And I then varnished what I was doing because I was trying to adhere some pressed flowers to a piece of paper. And I had put a stamp at the top of it and not realizing that it's Distress Oxide. It ended up smearing, and so I got to figure out what I need to do with that to fix it, right? Because no perfection here. Okay, so then get in there. Well, I suppose you don't even have to clip that top part in there. That actually would be a better idea. All right. So that's what we've got done today, and I can mark that off on my list. Take some pictures and post this in the Dear Julie Crafty community. And one down, 9 to go. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. Also, if you would leave me a comment and let me know what it is that you would like to see, or even what are you making today, right? What I found about this crafty community is that everyone here is pretty tight-knit community. There's a lot of good friendships in no matter who you follow. So I think that's really cool. I've made a lot of friends since I started this journey of junk journaling. So Stay tuned for the next video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you soon.